Okay. The Democrats really showed the country who and what they are last night. They failed to stand when they were asked if they support American citizens over criminal illegal aliens. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. And they sat on their ass. When a little girl was introduced in the balcony that's recovering from traumatic injuries she sustained from a motor vehicle accident caused by an illegal alien. Now, regardless of whether this accident would have been caused by an illegal alien or an American, this little girl's recovery deserved applause. It deserved recognition. They should have stood. They should have clapped. They didn't do any of that. They sat on their hands. When you're wearing a fuck ICE button, that shows just who the hell you are. Because none of these problems with it would exist with ICE if there weren't people obstructing ICE. And I mean, they wouldn't have to, if they were able to go in and get these people unobstructed, there'd be two Americans that are still alive. Alex Preddy and what's her name? Renee Good. Renee Good and Alex Preddy are, every death's a tragedy, but their deaths were tragedies of their own making. If Alex Preddy didn't show up and multiple occasions get violent with officers, he wouldn't be dead right now. He showed up with a gun. That shows intent. I don't go to certain places with my gun. I have it on me now, but I'm not going to a rally or a protest and planning on engaging in conflict against law enforcement. That's the big part that I have. If you're going to engage in conflict, violent conflict with a law enforcement officer, and you're carrying a weapon, that's a threat. That's an implied threat. Both these people are dead in their own doing, not ICE. And that takes me to another point. We are seeing a level of lawlessness in this country right now. And it is being spawned on by the left. That you had police officers, the left media is trying to play this down. Oh, it's just a snowball fight. They're crying. It's assault when you put rocks into snowballs. And that's why one of the officers had his head split open. Another one had his nose broke. A snowball is not going... a snowball, depending on how close they are and whether it was icy, I guess could break someone's nose. But it's not going to cause a big laceration in your scalp and going down into your forehead. That's because they were throwing snowballs with rocks in them. So that's assault. There's that. Montgomery County, Maryland, you had these street takeovers and these thugs that surrounded police cars. If that's the kind of shit you want in this country, then I guess you should vote Democrat. Really. Democrats, last night you had some Democrats that, I think it was like 60 of them, that didn't show up because they didn't want to hear an opposing view. They were like a little kid going, la, 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 when someone is telling them that they're wrong. They're acting like petulant little fucking children. They're cowards is what they are. They're cowards. They don't want to hear opposing point of view. I'll give you a point this week. I set up that I Stand With ICE protest. Not a protest, a rally. Different thing. I stand with ICE. Within 24 hours, there was multiple attempts to deplatform me because I was racist. And I appealed it to Facebook, and Facebook reinstated me, but they put restrictions. I can't comment on people's pages. I can't engage. I can't start conversations with them in Messenger. So, but they tried to silence me because they don't agree with me. It didn't work. I am not silenced. This is what they try to do. They scream over you when you try to engage in public discourse. They're really, like I said, petulant children. You want more of this? Vote for those assholes. Stay safe. God bless. Hang loose. Vote Republican.